This is my self-built off-grid camper van. So the more I travel, the more I'm starting to realize that I got a couple of problems, and in some conditions I'm really struggling to harvest solar power. Now I've only got one solar panel on my roof, 175 watts, and in some conditions I'm not getting solar power at all. This year I've been all the way to Greece, and I was really struggling of getting enough juice in my system. I found this really beautiful, nice, shady little campsite full of tall trees, exactly what you want on a hot summer day. But it was so shady that I couldn't get any solar power, like at all. For a couple of hours a day, I was getting maybe 2 or 3 amps, but just for a few hours, and then that was it. To make things even worse, we've been to the island of Tassos this year, and the problem was that there was a lot of wildfires. The sky was absolutely completely filled with smoke, and that lasted for a couple of days, so my battery levels went really low. Well, of course, the best solution would have been for me to have an AC/DC charger to charge up my batteries from the mains of the campsite. Well, I didn't have one, and let's be honest, you are not so much off-grid as I would have wanted. Probably the best next thing would have been to for me to have some mobile solar panels, so I can mount them somewhere in the sun to fill up my batteries again. But the problem was that the whole campsite was like so shaded that you will probably need at least 20 meters of wires from the solar panels back to your van, and that's probably not ideal. So then I got an email. From BLUETTI. And these are BLUETTI's solar panels. So these are the solar panels. And right over here, go on, we have the wires. Nice thing about this is that they have the MC4 connectors, so they are pretty universal. So we are getting 200 watts. That is not bad at all. So far I've been seeing highs at around 250 watts, which is not bad considering that the sky is not perfectly blue. We still got a couple of clouds right there near the sun, but 250 from the total of 350, that's something that's really good actually. Now let's talk specs. First of all, the battery capacity, it's 2000 watt hours, and that is a lot. It's got 50 amp hours at 40 volts. Just imagine one lithium battery at 12 volts, 100 amp hour, that's got 1250 watts. This thing got 2000 watt hours, so plenty of juice in the battery. Let's run through the outputs. First, beginning with this port on the left. This is a DC output, 12 volt, 25 amps. You got the cigarette lighter type output at 12 volt, 10 amp. You've got these connections at 12 volts, 3 amps. You've got the USB type C at 60 watts. That's quite a lot. You can charge your laptop with no problem, or your phone. The standard MacBook charger is rated at 60 watts, so you can charge it through here no problem. You got 4 USB ports at 5 volts, 3 amps, and you also, of course, you got the 2 AC outputs, 2000 watts with a surge of 4800 watts, and that is a lot of power that this thing can handle. And you also have 2 wireless charging outputs, 15 watts each, so you can charge 2 phones at the same time wireless. That's pretty cool. All the cables and connectors come in this bag right here. Let's open it up and see what we got inside. So this is the charger, the power supply that you're gonna use from the mains of your house or campsite or wherever you are. Then you got this input right here, and this has a plug, so you can either plug this in your cigarette lighter type, or if we take that out, we can use the MC4 connectors. So this way you will be able to plug in the provided solar panels, or you can plug it into whatever system you want. Now let's start doing some proper testing. We've got a toaster here rated at 730 to 870 watts. Let's give this a go. So it says it's pulling 760 watts. We started the test at 62%. Still pulling 760 watts. Boom, and we are done. That is one properly well toasted bread. Let's move to something a bit more powerful. We got this DeWalt circular saw rated at 1050 watts. I wish I had this when I was building my van. Let's give it a go. It was only pulling 400 watts. I'm surprised. Let's try this impact drill rated at 600 watts. Only pulling 275. Now probably is because there's no resistance. Probably if I would have drilled something, probably the power went up, same as with the circular saw. And suddenly I'm feeling the need for a cup of tea. This is rated at 1850 to 2200 watts. So 2200 watts. Let's see how well it will take this. And boom. Ooh, the cooler started to kick in. Let me bring it closer. Tell you what, this is not the best screen in the world, especially not for filming. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the cooler is now blowing. This is running as well. 1885 watts. We are down at 58%. Still charging, only 25 watts. For some reason, caught the bottom of the solar panels are now shaded, and the last solar panel now it's completely shaded. Boom! And we are at 54% battery. We are making a cup of tea. Sweet. Honestly, I have been looking around the house trying to find something that will take more power, but I couldn't find anything This is the most powerful thing I have in the house, and that's probably in the majority of households. You won't have something that uses more than 2000 watts, and that makes it ideal. I don't think there are a few things that will need more juice, but this is more than enough in any normal household. Now, with the solar panels, I do like the quality of it. They are flexible. This is how you fold them, coming on the inside. And once again, you have these very nice clips that will attach right here. And voila, you've got a suitcase, a briefcase style solar panels. They are not the lightest thing in the world. After all, they are solar panels. I think they weigh about, if I remember correctly, about 13 kilos. They do have this storage area right here where you will have all the cables. And you've got these legs that they will extend, and you can set the solar panels wherever you want to face them. They are nice, they are quality, but very important thing, they are not waterproof. Okay, moving on to the touchscreen and all the menu. We'll quickly run you through it. Even though BLUETTI have said that they are developing an app for it, it will be ideal, because I'll have to tell you, this is not the best touchscreen or screen in the world. Now that we are in low light condition, it's okay, but on the outside, when there's sun and a lot of light involved, it's not the best. So we got some settings around here. We got the frequency input source. This is gonna turn on or off automatically. Eco mode, you can set it on yes or no. Let's just set it on eco right now. You can change the language. Then you have some data around here, the product info, all the inputs or outputs. At the moment we are not charging, we are not discharging anything. We got the BMS maintenance. This is the voltage that we have now. This is how much we are draining and the state of charge. And we got the fault history. We got no faults until now. And also we got faults. If anything is at fault, you will see them right here, so you will know what to do. A lot of information, a lot of faults, but at the moment no faults, which is good. This is the main menu. You can see we are not drawing any power, or we are not taking out any power. But let's just put a load in that. So here, if you click on it, you can see how much power it's drawing from the power bank. Okay, let's plug it in and give it some juice from the mains, from the 240 volts. And I'm not sure if you can hear this, but there is a quite powerful buzz going on from the adapter. It's got a cooler on it, and unfortunately this cooler will never stop. It's gonna keep buzzing as long as this is plugged in. Let me show you real quick. It's this one right here. So if this is plugged in, it's gonna continue to buzz until you remove it from the socket. You can see right here on the adapter side, we are pumping in 477 watts. You can charge it and discharge it at the same time, which is pretty cool. So if I'm thinking about it, this power bank actually costs less than my whole system that I've built in my van. I have 2 batteries, a charge controller, an inverter, a solar panel, not to mention about the wiring and all the time and probably tens or hundreds of hours I've spent building the whole system and watching tons of YouTube videos. It just makes more sense to buy a power bank which is already proven that it's working and it's got plenty of juice in it than to start and build your whole system from scratch. I can definitely recommend this type of battery bank if you don't have the knowledge to build your own. It's much cheaper if you think about it, because after all, my whole system is worth probably around £2,000, and you can get this for less. And I had to buy the tools as well, and I had to have the knowledge, and I have to have the time as well to build everything in a safe manner. So this is why I'm recommending for probably either weekend warriors, or if you're just afraid to build your own system, this will definitely be a very good option for you. Right, that was me. I hope it helped. Check the links below for any potential discount codes or coupons. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.